Yo, what's going on, guys? Jay here. I just want to make a video on my opinion on why they should remove SBMM or skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty. Now, I'm a casual player. What obviously gives me enjoyment in this game is the camo grind, right? That is what I do. I don't go in games to sweat. I go in to do challenges. My KD, I've got 1 day, 2 hours, and 27 minutes of playing time, and my KD is 1.24. It was at 1.5 before I started fully going for camos, but that's what my stats look like right now. So, when they first introduced SBMM into Modern Warfare 2019, we were during lockdown, right? It was lockdown that happened. Most of us had nothing to do. Me in particular, I joined a community called PGN, Phoenix Gaming Network, I think. And it was basically a big community that brought a lot of COD players together. There was rules and regulations to be in it. They weren't strict. You just had to go to 1 or 2 game nights a week, which is nothing. Game nights lasted, I think it was like an hour. Sometimes it went on for longer than that if everybody wanted to continue playing. But my point is, during the first experience of SBMM, I actually quite enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019. Now, I think the reason I enjoyed it was because I was in this community and SBMM, I didn't really consider a thing at the time. You definitely noticed the games were harder, but I think that's why I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019, is I kind of forgot that SBMM existed. I was sweating it, I was playing it for like 8 hours a day with all these people from America, EU. It was great. It was a great experience. I do miss those times, to be honest. That was a long time ago now. And yeah, I think that's why I enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019 so much. Then I took a break. I never bought the CODs after. I never bought Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, all because of skill-based matchmaking. Now, I am a casual player. I work 9 till 5:30 every day. It takes me half an hour to get to and from work. So, I'll leave at 8:15 in the morning and I'll get home at the back of 6. So I have 1 or 2 hours a night, maybe. I have been playing like that on this game, though, because this game can be good and it's actually quite fun at times. Now, I think for me, SBMM in this game is definitely strict. It is really, really high. Now, what that does for us casuals, right? I don't have time to sit and play this 8 hours a day. I don't have time to master aiming and become a laser beam shooter, right? I don't have that time. All these YouTubers have a lot of time to just sit and play this all day, every day. And, that's why these guys are so good at aiming. That's why, because these guys have so much time to play. Now, I don't have that time to master the game. So, I'll jump on, I'll have 3, 4 games, get a negative KD, or just neutral, or barely positive, and the game just shits on that, right? They just turn around and they say, nah, sorry, you're not allowed to play well. That is what it sounds like, or that's what it feels like, is you're just not allowed to play well in this game. And it's annoying, it's frustrating. Now, as I mentioned briefly at the start of the video, I camo grind. That is where my enjoyment comes from. Now, you know, when I'm trying to do camos, I go like 5 and 30, man. 5 and 30 every game. Now, I've completed all the, I'm not going to go through it all, but I've completed all the ARs and I've only got the 2 strikers to do, right? Check out these challenges to get these guns gold. Get 15 kills on operators well affected by your tactical. That is such a hard challenge to do, man. If I'm going 5 and 30 every game, trying to do these silly challenges, my games aren't getting any easier anymore. I don't know what the hell's happening, but it's not a case where I just think sometimes I am actually better than the opponents. I don't think they give me 3 bad games and then because I'm doing badly, they then give me a shit lobby. I don't think that's the case at all. I just think I am genuinely better than the team or the players that I go positive against. Now, for these challenges are so hard, how do you expect to easily compete in lobbies that everybody's got like a 5 KD and you're just trying to camo grind? All I want is 15 kills on people that are affected by my tactical. That is it. But honestly, right? 5 to 30 every game trying to do these challenges, and I still don't get easier lobbies. I literally don't understand it. That ruins the experience for me. I can't even casually do the camo grind. And a lot of the camos are kind of silly like that. Hipfire kills, man. If you tried to sit down and do 25 hipfire kills on SMGs that are so underpowered in this game, it literally makes no sense. I have clips, I may or may not put them in the video, of me literally trying to hip fire with an incredibly small hip fire box, and then people just turn around and laser beam me. It's like, what the hell is going on? What are you meant to do about that? No, of course not. Fucking put me up! Fucking try climb it. Oh, it doesn't even matter. But SBMM ruins the camel grind. However, when you're going for the camel grind, you kind of don't care about your KD, right? If you're going into the game and you're literally trying to go on a high kill streak or whatever it is, you care about your KD. If you go negative and you were actually trying that game, yeah, it's a bit disheartening. Yeah, it's really disheartening when it happens every single game because they're putting you in these lobbies with ridiculously high skilled players. The camel grind is no longer fun if you care about your KD, because honestly, don't even bother going for the camel grind if if you're bothered about your KD, because it will seriously take a massive hit. Now, I think as well, your general games are tough, right? Obviously, SBMM kind of ruins that, and then it ruins even the casual side of just camo grinding, and that shouldn't be a thing. This is definitely one of these games where if you take a break for a day or two and you come back, your aim's going to be crap, right? You're going to have to put a good 5 games in to get your aim to where it should be, but you're not even allowed to practice your aiming because everyone kills you before you can start even aiming and shooting at them because everyone's so good. The system doesn't work. The system just does not work for a casual player like myself that can only play a few hours a week or an hour or two a night. The only reason I've got so many hours currently is because I was off on holiday last week, the week that this launched. I was on holiday, so I got a lot more time on it than what I normally would, and that time that I'll have on this game will gradually decrease. I think for me, the only reason I bought this game, the only reason, and by the way, I may add, Modern Warfare 2, I did get that and I did play it for a little while, briefly, but that was because the game came out for free on PlayStation. That's why I have Modern Warfare 2. This game, the only reason I bought it was because of the original 16 maps from Modern Warfare 2 2009 were added in. That was the only reason I bought this game. The only reason. And do you know what? The maps are good, and I think a big sad thing for me is the fact that they've remastered those maps. We're never going to get an MW2 2009 remaster anymore. They've killed that off. They've basically told us that's not going to be happening. Because if they were to do it, they've already given us 50% of the content, which is already all the maps. They cannot literally remaster the maps again. The maps are as beautiful as they're going to be, unless we're on the PS7, 8, I don't know. Maybe in 5, 10 years they might do it, but they definitely aren't going to remaster it in the next 5, because half the content we have right now. And if they were to remaster it, they would just copy and paste all the maps that are currently in the game, because they are beautiful, they are good maps, they are nice, they look brilliant. So we're never going to get a Modern Warfare 2 remaster anymore. But that's the only reason I bought the game. If they had not added those maps, I would never have bought this, and I would still not be playing it. Why? Because it's SBMM. It is not fun. It's not cool to do anything. If you want to sweat, you can. You know, if you take a day or two's break or even a week's break, you're gonna have a big trouble coming back, and it just doesn't make any sense. This game is not, the SBMM is not retaining me. It's my, you know, ambition to, not ambition, that's a bit over exaggerating slightly, but I just want to camo grind. I want to get all my camos for my guns. That's what's bringing me back, not the SBMM. So the fact that SBMM is meant to retain the player base, that is incorrect. Most people that, YouTubers continue to play this because they make money from it. Obviously, I'm not making money from this because I'm an extremely small YouTuber, but it matters, right? All these YouTubers, every single one of them almost has, acknowledged SBMM as a thing, and it's horrible. It's brutal. It really is such a bad thing to have in the game, and I still can't understand that they're not even acknowledging it. Why? Now, my take on it, just before I go, anybody that actually says you do not like SBMM because you do not like going against players that are as good as you, bullshit. Prove it. You prove to me that what this SBMM is doing is putting players that are as good as me into a game. Prove it. You can't. How can you prove it? The developers like Activision, they don't acknowledge what SBMM does. They don't acknowledge it exists. They don't. There's no statistics on how SBMM is working. The best we have is exclusive Ace's test back in 2019. So don't give me that shite that the game SBMM, I don't like it, or anyone doesn't like it, because it is putting you into a game with people as good as you. Prove it. Prove that these players are as good as me and not better, because I tell you something, it absolutely feels like every game, every player is better than me. So, but you can't prove that the players I'm playing against are as good as me unless you can find their KD and get everybody's KD up, which you can't do that unless you're on PC. I believe there's probably a way to do it, but you can't do it on console. So you can't prove that those players are as good as me. And I absolutely strongly believe that every game I am going into, the players are better than me. There is probably a soft cap, which is the same as Dead by Daylight, by the way, that when your SBMM rating reaches a certain point, it actually puts you into the whole pool of players that are above this soft cap. That is how it works in Dead by Daylight, and I can categorically tell you now that I bet you that is what they do here. So, say your SBMM rating hits 1,000, that's the soft cap, and everyone above 1,000 gets put into the same lobbies. You know, it's so difficult to deal with. It's just not fun. I don't know why they don't remove it and make a ranked playlist for SBMM, because seriously, it is not retaining me, which is the whole purpose of it, or at least what they said it was when it first came out, was to retain player base, and it is not retaining me. So please, man, just remove it for the casual players. Literally, I am the casualest player you'll ever meet, and I can't even camo grind without going 5 to 30 every single game. It is so silly, man. Please do something about it. But anyway, I hope you all agree. Take it easy, and I will see you all next time.